Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson looking to throw right away. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says, our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people, and right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So no gain on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. The back deep, Cooper Kupp. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Looking to put a drive together. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll rumble for about 5, close to the 40.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Room to maneuver at the 35. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 14. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up the 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. It's Barkley on the counter. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
We'll let this go deep for Collins. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a cover. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. St. Brown in motion right. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. In motion, Gronkowski. Now Cook. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there.
But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Jackson. On the slant, here's Collins. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Ball on the 27. Here's a second down and 4. Now it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in his own blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job sprinting the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the option right is Jackson. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Jackson going to run again. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 and the 6. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. In motion comes the tight end left. Now it's Jackson. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. That is incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to our studios in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and we'll keep it brief because the scoring has been brief. Just one field goal as we play on 3-0. I was promised there'd be touchdowns, so let's find out if we could get one in the third quarter. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Just one field goal in a tightly played first half as we resume action here in quarter number 3. Getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover, but I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
2nd down and 4. Here's Jackson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Owens. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, it's Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. To throw is Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. David Njoku from 4 yards out. As these guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talked about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So this drive spans 7 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Now a play fake here on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew McCullough. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Now Jackson. His throw incomplete.
And now the